Recently, India did a brave decision because India to give 5G spectrum trials to China's Huawei. Since last few months, you had heard that USA banned Huawei and USA want every single country, no matter it is European country or Asian country, USA want every country that no one should use Huawei in any technology, no matter it is a phone, laptop, or spectrum. You can see this is a page of Financial Times. Here you can see Washington wants India over using Huawei for 5G technology because you all know that 5G is coming soon in India and the working will start from 2020 Jan. And in this video we will learn why Washington wants India over using Huawei and why India is using Huawei's 5G because there are other companies who will sell their 5G spectrum. And recently, you know that Huawei is banned in the US because US government claims that despite of being a private company, China's government spies on other countries by the Huawei products. So that's why Huawei is banned in USA, and USA want every other countries not to use the Huawei products. And recently, Huawei CEO Meng Wanzhou arrested in Canada. It is because Canada is also supporting the US decisions. And before knowing more about this company, let's find out why we are going for the 5G because we all know that it will have more speed than 4G. It will help in every aspect, no matter it is government aspect or corporate aspect. The technology will increase and the productivity will also increase. Now there are so many companies who sell the 5G technologies like Ericsson. It is also sells the 5G technologies, and Nokia has 5G technology, Cisco has 5G technology, Qualcomm has 5G technology, Samsung has 5G technology, and similarly Huawei also has this 5G technology. But why India is going for the Huawei's 5G technology? First of all, because it is cheaper compared to other companies, and if it is cheaper, then it will be helpful to Indian companies like Indian SIM companies, that is Airtel, Vodafone, Idea, or you can say Jio, BSNL. They can buy this 5G technology from Huawei in such a cheaper price that it can make their plans cheaper. You all know nowadays they are providing free internet facilities up to 1 GB per day or 1.5 GB per day depending on the SIM you are using. So if they buy the 5G technology in the cheaper price, they can provide similar kind of huge net amount per day to the users. So indirectly it will be helpful for the company as well as the users. Since the price of Huawei 5G technology or Huawei phones or laptop is so less, US claims that they are providing the technologies in cheaper price so that the every users can buy it and Huawei can spy on every users. But Huawei claims that we are providing a good product in lesser price because we have a success business model, and that's why US want India over using Wi-Fi because the US companies working in India will find it difficult to work in Indian market because US companies don't want to use any kind of products of Huawei, and if Indian SIM companies like Airtel, Vodafone, Jio, they use the Huawei's products, so indirectly US companies who work in India will face some kind of difficulties to work in India. So that's why US hopes that India doesn't inadvertently subject itself to untoward security risks by using the 5G equipment from the Chinese tech giant. And when China came to know about this warning, China also warns India of reverse sanction if Huawei is blocked in India. So what is reverse sanction? It means that if India ban the Huawei's product, China will ban all the Indian products which are selling in China's market. So now the two big economic giants, that is US and China, both are warning India in totally opposite direction, right? At that time, Indian businessman Sunil Bharti, who is the chairman of Bharti Enterprise, you know Airtel is under Bharti Enterprise, defended the Huawei brand, and he said that India will take this decision carefully, but the decision will be taken politically. That means he indirectly says that India should allow the Huawei in 5G technology, but the government took take the final calls. because there is a huge border of China and India don't want to make angry to the Chinese government. That's why he suggested that India should use the Huawei's technology. And recently, government plans to auction 5G waves by January 2020, and will be followed by the auctions later on in this year, in which the 5G spectrum will make it debut. And Jio, BSNL, Airtel, Vodafone will buy the 5G spectrum from the Huawei brand. And under this scheme, the government plans to auction around 8,293.95 megahertz of airwaves at an estimate total base price of around rupees 5.86 lakh crore. Okay, the DOT has suggested a base price of 5G airwave at rupees 492 crore per megahertz and propose a sale of minimum 20 megahertz block, which would mean a telco spending close to rupees 10,000 crore for 20 megahertz and rupees 50,000 crore for 100 megahertz. So now suppose if India bans the Huawei under the pressure of US government, and India buys the 5G spectrum from the Ericsson, Nokia or Samsung, then it will be much more expensive to the Indian consumer as well as the Indian businessman, that is the Airtel owner, Vodafone owners and Jio, all those companies, right? In that case, the price of the net will increase and the government will not earn a huge amount, so that the government can impose that profit into other places like scheme for farmers, scheme for army person, etc. So that's why India permitted the 5G technology of Huawei, and Huawei will trial their 5G technology in India soon. And Huawei India CEO also thanked our government for its faith in Chinese farm, for letting all players, which includes the telecom equipment vendor, to participate in upcoming 5G trials.